version, like a piece been read out loud, but this the full strength. You ready? I was in my
We artists, we sensitive about our shit.
Sensitive. Okay, so this piece is called On Friendship. Um, I've been thinking about genuine friendship a lot. What is friendship? A friend is a person you like and know well, a contact on a social networking website. A ship is larger than a boat, meant for transporting people or goods by sea. Loaded at the same port, we, meant for different destinations, set the same sail. The people I thought I liked and knew well, I don't know or like anymore. Something troubled the waters and the sea waves' red foam. A friendship is not the accumulation of years. That's history, and history references the past. Things past are often dead, non-viable. An anchor, this history tethered to versions of oneself long expired. To carry the weight with another person is an act of pallbearing. You will not get to stand over my corpse crying out your confessions of not being a good friend in the presence of my children, if I have them. They will surely return a blank stare at your ill-timed self-indulgence. Listen. A friend is a friend no matter who they are around. A friend is loyal. A friend is honest in their conversation with you. A friend will activate their support. They will love you. A friend will love you as they love themselves. Example. A friend will agree to meet for dinner even if their face is destroyed by a healing cold sore. They will tell you about the cold sore and separate their portion of a shared plate with clean silverware every time, even if requests for more silverware annoys the waiter. What is friendship? A friendship is a bond between two or more people who grow from their histories together in the vastness of life, a bond that can never be severed, for the effort of friends is an impenetrable rope. A friend is a first responder. A friend provides what they require. A friend is a source. A friend upgrades to the latest version of you and celebrates the evolution. A friend puts accountability before lies every time. A friend promotes you. A friend doesn't leave your book in the cart. They check out because friendships never die. Friends, how many of us have them? How many of us are friends? I am a friend. A friendship is not two or more people who wish to imitate each other. That is an obsession. How many obsessions colored my past? I'm standing on a pile of bleached white bones. Friends can exist as individuals. A friend is respectful of your time and values spending it, time above precious stones. They crave it, the time. A friendship is an impenetrable rope, tight as Cuban link. The only way the bond breaks is if the rope wears, which takes time too, and my rope is incredibly worn. You must walk away to be heard. Everyone that walks away is heard. Friends, I have laced my shoes. A friend refuses to be a bystander in the mistreatment of you. True, I've never had a sibling experience. I distribute love and care in a gentle way from a bed of expectation, like a mother, because I was mothered with an emphasis on bond. The suitable return is your best. If I were to have a friend, they'd need to stick close, like a sibling. But then I learned not all siblings are friends. With few exceptions, friendship has often held an ulterior motive that blinded me. The reason someone attempts closeness is never about my heart or character. They want the ship, not the friend, because an objective is more appealing than the intricacies of emotions. 'Tis better to get to than to get through. It is common in its existence for one to stuff their emotions in their pockets while claiming realness. It's like a life edition of Statue Maker in this wild. Nothing warm beats behind these cold exteriors twisted into false positions. I approach friendship with pure intentions. I want to care about you. I want to love you. I want to wish you well. I stick close like a sibling, but I learn not all siblings are friends, even to themselves. Once a friend said to me, "You're so trusting. I wish I could be more like you," only for our friendship to descend into the quicksand of deceit. Friendship is a wilderness. I'm among wolves, so I wolf. Call me lone. I circle the pack from a distance. If I let you close, I'm at risk of your deeds, your abandonment, and you are at risk of mine. A wolf aware of her triggers is no less dangerous in her detachment. The release is a reflex. I will let you go if you disappoint me. If you enter into this friendship, it's best you not be human. Approach me in friendship like a god. If you do not know God, find him first. Once, a friend attempted to deflect their neglect of the friendship and said to me, "You never come out. I gotta see you more." To which now I reply, "Friendship, a warning. This product contains loneliness and abandonment. I enjoy being alone, but aloneness is not loneliness. Loneliness is an affliction, a result of human interaction I avoid." All of these buttons my father installed alarm the same way, teasing the trigger behind the barrel aimed at my heart question. How can you love me and not see me? I want to ask my friends, hoping for his answer. I have 603 friends on Facebook and declining. Friend, my life is more interesting in highlights. Parts of me think this is a blessing when I reflect on how I've observed the strange way in which people treat their friends. A friendship is like a steam burn across a left breast. The more you care for the seared flesh, the more blackened the skin parts and bleeds. A friend can disagree with you for sport if the game is fair. And friends don't become victims in the games they start. Friends friend you where you're at, not where you've been. That would be manipulative and unfriendly. Beware of these friends. Do not ignore the motive of friends who switch postures when others are around. A friendship is one of many sails, but a true friendship never sinks. No one sticks closer than a friend when she's your mother. Even the well of honesty catches copperhead wishes. How long have I been blinded by goodwill and the benefit of the doubt? I'm walking through a hall of horrors I mistook for a poppy field of friendship. The shadows in the glass are exactly how they've always been. I live in an existence where friendliness equates to friendship, but friendliness is not friendship. Friendliness is cordiality, as pedestrian and fading as a hello to a passerby. Smiles and happiness are performative here. My suspicions rose. I'd rather be alone than participate in the ritual of collecting acquaintances, a raised fence, a breath of electricity, and lots of barbed wire. I don't need anyone behind this pen. Is it wrong to decide my friendships should be some of my best relationships? I've decided my friendships will be some of my best relationships. I'm taking applications, seeking best selves for long-term companionship. If we're all a broken wine glass, I want to join enough shards to make the stem. When I am unsure, methinks my struggle in the friendship is with forgiveness. And then I remember I am forgiving. I am at rest wondering who is forgiving me. In my heart, I want to be like Jesus, but being a savior is hard, big bro. And none of these followers show up for communion. What, what if the people I've peopled my life with, who put me on a shelf, aren't good enough for me, aren't good enough to have access to the goodness I bring? What if the determination to hold things together works against the wisdom the Holy Spirit wishes to impart on me? What if I must break a heart to save my own? I have a history of waiting for the perpetually undeserving. Caution, the following is an excavated wound circa 1991. I loved a man once whose love became distant. My heart has been broken ever since. And now I want everyone to love me back as reparations. But I'm often distant amongst crying doves and too blind to see. I am a granddaughter of a wise woman who, in her grandmothering years, stared out of the first floor apartment window from a beige metal folding chair with chipped paint, hand feeding me cut fruit from a bowl, saying, "Good for nothing," to unsuspecting passersby. I am too young and inexperienced then to understand the language of disappointment when it spoils and dries. I ain't never had a sisterhood. Every sister I acquainted myself with wanted to color disordered rainbows outside the lines. But joy, I've got that joy down in my heart, even though all the jabbing at the glass makes the frame hang crooked in the gallery. That's what friends are for. A friend is not someone who takes the occasion to reach out to you because something you posted made them interested in talking to you. This sudden interest is not about you. It's about what you put on display, object, or experience. No, that is not the act of being friendly. Instead, that is the act of being nosy. How often do we confuse the two? How can friendship withstand the ebb and flow of life presenting itself? When I don't understand the purpose of, when it has failed many times, when even thinking about it is exhausting, when there is so much love for me around, but rarely a check-in text or an invitation that sticks. I am overhearing we should get together soon for 36 months. Are we friends or financing a car?
Ooh, ooh. Sorry.
I don't I don't jive with the way friendships are handled in this existence. I grew up watching and listening to my mother and her friends. If they weren't on the phone, they'd be at the house chatting, doing hair, watching videos, talking about their men, talking about fashion, or they'd be out at picnics, house parties, the club, the movies. They checked in with each other. They'd come and go together. They'd wait until you got into the house and turned on a light when they dropped you off. When traveling separately, they call each other when they got in. That someone would delay sleeping until they heard you made it in is an I love you. Naturally, I grew up expecting these bonds, expecting my oldest bonds to last, but we are friends who became strangers behind a friend request. And collecting the highlights is not sufficient human connection for me. I am friend number 162 amongst thousands. I asked two friends to text me when they got home after dinner, and neither of them text. Is it that we forgot we're cared for? Can we no longer recognize genuine care? Does care no longer matter? Has it gone out of style? Did we forget that care matters and the participation in said care means being receptive to the ask and sending the text or making the call means I love you too? Epiphanies. Perhaps I'm treating strangers like friends and loving them like family. Demands. Don't label me relative if you don't plan on acting like family. Disassociation. I am not your sis. The most disappointing thing is finding out relationships you thought you had were fantasy, but fantasies often inspire something real. My father's heart was broken by a friend who exchanged friendship for Hollywood. He turned his bitterness into the gospel of the only friends you need are family. All my mother's friends disappointed her in ways known and unknown to me. I suspect the unknown is why she did not want me to make calls requesting hospital visit. In the end, we had each other, a comfort until I was left last and standing, the only I can count on. Why then should I fight my bleeding heart for such a violent breed that means my end? Friendship is violence. Friendship is particular violence. Friendship is particular violence upon the feeler and the giver, upon the giver of fucks. And that's that piece.
Oh my gosh. I would clap, but I gotta hold this phone up because we don't have a